ஜெய் ஸ்ரீ மாதாஜி. அனைவருக்கும் காலை வணக்கம். நாம் அனைவரும் அன்னையை வணங்கி குண்டலினி எழுப்பி கூட்டாக பந்தனிட்டுக் கொள்ளலாம். நமது கவனத்தை நம்முடைய இதயத்தில் வைத்து நாம் அன்னையிடம் பிரார்த்தனை செய்வோம். தாய், தயவு செய்து தாங்கள் எங்களின் இதயத்திற்குள் வந்து அமர்ந்திடுங்கள். தங்களின் வருகையால் எங்களின் இதயம் தூய்மை அடைந்துள்ளதம்மா. தங்களின் அருளால் எங்களின் இதயத்தில் முழுமையான திருப்தியையும் மகிழ்ச்சியும் பேர் ஆனந்தமும் எப்பொழுதும் நிலைத்திருப்பதற்கு தாங்களே அருள் புரிய வேண்டும் அம்மா. தாயே, தங்களின் அன்பானது எங்களுக்கு பாதுகாப்பு உணர்வை தருகிறது. அந்த அன்பை இவ்வுலகம் முழுவதும் பிரதிபலிப்பதற்குரிய கருவிகளாக தயவு செய்து எங்களை மாற்றி அமைத்திடுங்கள் அம்மா. தாயே, எங்களின் இன்றைய காலை நேர கூட்டு தியானத்தை தொடங்குவதற்குரிய அனுமதியை தயவு செய்து தந்தருளுங்கள் அம்மா. கவனத்தை நம்முடைய சகசிரார சக்கரத்தில் வைத்து 3 மகா மந்திரங்களையும் மற்றும் ஸ்ரீ கணேச மந்திரத்தையும் கூறுவோம். திரிகுணாத்மிகா குண்டலினி சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ ஆதி சக்தி மாதாஜி ஸ்ரீ நிர்மலா தேவை நமோ நமः. त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता श्री मला देवी नमो नमः. ओम साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रा स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. ओम साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. மெதுவாக நமது இரு கைகளையும் பூமி தாயின் மீது வைத்து கவனத்தை இரண்டு கைகளிலும் சகஸ்ராராவிலும் வைத்திருப்போம். தாயே, தயவு செய்து எங்களின் பாதங்கள் தங்கள் மீது படுவதற்காக எங்களை மன்னிப்பீர்களாக. தாயே, எங்களுக்குள் இருக்கும் அனைத்து விதமான உபாதைகளையும் எதிர்மறை தீய சக்திகளையும் பூமி மார்க்கமாக அகற்றிவிடுங்கள் அம்மா. தாயே, தங்களின் கடல்கள் கரையை சுத்தப்படுத்துவது போல எங்களின் இதயங்களை தயவு செய்து தூய்மைப்படுத்திவிடுங்கள் அம்மா. தாயே, எங்களுக்குள் இருக்கும் மாயைகளையும் அறியாமைகளையும் அகற்றிவிட்டு நாங்கள் எப்பொழுதும் சம நிலையில் இருப்பதற்கு தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள் அம்மா. மந்திரம் ஸ்ரீ ஆதி பூமி தேவி சாக்ஷாத். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री आदि भूमि देवी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. கவனத்தை நாம் அப்படியே இரண்டு கைகளிலும் சஹஸ்ராராவிலும் வைத்திருந்து ஸ்ரீ கணேச அதர்வ சிஷம் கூறுவோம்.
श्री गणेश अथर्व शीर्ष। नमस्ते गणपतये त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं तत्त्वमसि त्वमेव केवलं कर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं भर्तासि त्वमेव केवलं हर्तासि त्वमेव सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मासि नित्यम् भूतं वच्मि सत्यं वच्मि वर्षधारिणम् रथं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्राणं मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तराक्षसं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणम् अच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्ट्यादौ प्रकृतेः पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो गणपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रणतपतये नमस्ते स्तु लम्बोदरायैकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
மெதுவாக நமது கவனத்தை நம்முடைய இடநாடிக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். தாய், தயவு செய்து எங்களின் இடநாடியில் இருக்கும் அனைத்து விதமான உபாதைகளையும் எதிர்மறை தீய சக்திகளையும் பூமி மார்க்கமாக அகற்றிவிடுங்கள் அம்மா. தாய், தயவு செய்து எங்களுக்குள் இருக்கும் தூய்மையற்ற ஆசைகளை அகற்றிவிடுங்கள் அம்மா. தங்கள் அருளால் நாங்கள் தூய்மையான ஆத்மாதான். தங்கள் அருளால் நாங்கள் நிகழ்காலத்தில் சமநிலையில் நிலைத்திருக்க தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள் அம்மா. மந்திரம் ஸ்ரீ மகா காளி ஸ்ரீ பைரவநாத் சாக்ஷாத். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महाकाली श्री भैरवनाथ साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. கவனம் மெதுவாக நமது பிங்களா நாடிக்கு கொண்டு வரும். தாய், தயவு செய்து எங்களின் பிங்களா நாடியில் இருக்கும் அனைத்து விதமான உபாதைகளையும் எதிர்மறை தீய சக்திகளையும் ஆகாய தத்துவத்தின் வழியாக தயவு செய்து அகற்றிவிடுங்கள் அம்மா. தாய், தயவு செய்து எங்களுக்குள் இருக்கும் கோபம், அகங்காரம், அதிகப்படியான உடல் உஷ்ணம், அதிகப்படியான சிந்தனைகள் என்ற அனைத்தையும் எங்களிடமிருந்து அறவே அகற்றிவிடுங்கள் அம்மா. தாய், தங்கள் அருளால் எங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கப் பெற்றுள்ள ஞானம், விவேகத்தின் மூலம் எங்களின் செயல்களை செய்யும் பொழுது அதற்குரிய சக்தியை ஸ்ரீ ஹனுமரின் துணை கொண்டு எங்களுள் நிறுவி எங்களை செயல்படுத்துவதற்கு தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள் அம்மா. தாய், தங்கள் அருளால் நாங்கள் நிகழ்காலத்தில் சமநிலையில் நிலைத்திருக்கிறோம் அம்மா. கவனம் நமது சுழுமுனை நாடிக்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். தாய், தயவு செய்து எங்களின் சுழுமுனை நாடியை சுத்திகரிப்பு செய்திடுங்கள். தாய், தயவு செய்து எங்களை பொருள் மற்றும் பொருளின் முதல் வாதத்திற்கும் அப்பால் அழைத்து செல்லுங்கள் அம்மா. தாய், நாங்கள் அமைதியாகவும் திருப்தியுடனும் இருப்பதற்கு தயவு செய்து அனுமதிக்கும் அருள் ஆசியை புரிந்திடுங்கள் அம்மா. தாய், நாங்கள் நிகழ்காலத்தில் சமநிலையில் நிலைத்திருக்க தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள் அம்மா. கவனம் மெதுவாக நம்முடைய மூலாதார சக்கரத்திற்கு கவனத்தை செலுத்துவோம். தாய், தாங்களே ஸ்ரீ கணேசரின் சுரூபம். தயவு செய்து எங்களின் மூலாதார சக்கரத்தை சுத்திகரிப்பு செய்திடுங்கள். தாய், தங்கள் அருளால் நாங்கள் கள்ளம் கபடமற்ற குழந்தை குணத்துடன் இருப்பதற்கு தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள் அம்மா. தாய், எங்களுள் ஸ்ரீ கணேச தத்துவமானது முழுமையாக நிறைந்திருக்க, நிரந்தரமாகவும் நிறைந்திருக்க தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள் அம்மா. தாய், ஸ்ரீ கணேசரின் தத்துவத்தை நாங்கள் முழுமையாக உணரும் பொழுதுதான் நாங்கள் யார் என்ற உண்மையை புரிந்து கொள்ள இயலும். தாயே, எங்களின் செயல்களில் தங்களின் அனுமதியோடு நாங்கள் செயல் ஆற்றுவதற்கும் ஸ்ரீ கணேச தத்துவத்தை நாங்கள் பெறும் பொழுதுதான் எங்களுக்கு அப்பெரும் பாக்கியம் கிடைக்கிறதம்மா. தாய், தயவு செய்து நாங்கள் ஸ்ரீ கணேசரை போன்ற அர்ப்பணிப்புடன் கூடிய பக்தியையும் சரணாகதியையும் தங்களிடத்தில் கொண்டிருக்க வேண்டும் அம்மா. தயவு செய்து எங்களை அதற்கு தகுதியுடையவர்களாக மாற்றுவதோடு அதற்கான அருளாசியையும் தந்து வலிமையோடு இருக்க தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள் அம்மா. மந்திரம் ஸ்ரீ கணேச கௌரி குண்டலினி மாதா சாக்ஷாத். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेशा गौरी कुंडलिनी माता साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. கவனம் மெதுவாக நம்முடைய ஹிருதய சக்கரத்திற்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். தாய், தயவு செய்து எங்களை அனைத்து பற்றுதல்களிலிருந்தும் விடுவித்து விடுங்கள் அம்மா. எங்களுக்குள் ஆத்மாவை தயவு செய்து நிலைநிறுத்த அருள் புரியுங்கள் அம்மா. தாயே, எங்களின் இதயத்தில் இருக்கும் அனைத்து விதமான மாயைகளையும் அறியாமைகளையும் தங்கள் அருளால் அன்பால் அகற்றப்படும் பொழுது நாங்கள் தூய்மையான ஆத்மாவாக மாறுகிறோம் அம்மா. தாய், தங்கள் அருளால் நாங்கள் இந்த மனமோ புத்தியோ புகழோ பெயரோ இனமோ மொழியோ அல்ல, நாங்கள் தூய்மையான ஆத்மாதான். ஆத்மா தவிர வேறு எதுவும் இல்லை அம்மா. மந்திரம் ஸ்ரீ ஜெகதம்பா துர்கா மாதா சாக்ஷாத். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीं जगदम्बा श्री दुर्गा माता साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता की श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. கவனம் மெதுவாக நமது விசுத்தி சக்கரத்திற்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். தாய், தாங்களே ஸ்ரீ ராதா கிருஷ்ணரின் சொரூபம். தயவு செய்து எங்களுக்குள் இருக்கும் அனைத்து விதமான போட்டி தன்மைகளை அகற்றிவிடுங்கள் அம்மா. தாய், எங்களை முழுமையின் ஒரு அங்கமாகவும் அங்கத்தில் ஒரு பகுதியாகவும் பகுதியில் ஒரு துகளாகவும் தயவு செய்து மாற்றி அமைத்திடுங்கள் அம்மா. மந்திரம் ஸ்ரீ ராதா கிருஷ்ணா சாக்ஷாத். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री राधा कृष्णा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. கவனம் மெதுவாக நம்முடைய ஆக்ஞா சக்கரத்திற்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். தாயே, தயவு செய்து எங்களுக்குள் இருக்கும் சின்ன சின்ன பெருமைகளையும் அகங்காரத்தையும் மமகாரத்தையும் தங்கள் அருளால் சரணடையட்டும் அம்மா. தாய், தங்கள் அருளால் எங்களின் மன்னித்தல் குணமானது மேன்மேலும் வளர்ந்து நாங்கள் அனைவரையும் மன்னிக்கின்ற குணத்தோடு இருப்பதற்கு தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள் அம்மா. உறுதிமொழியை நாம் அனைவரும் கூறலாம். தாய், தங்கள் அருளால் நான் எல்லோரையும் மன்னிக்கிறேன், என்னையும் மன்னிக்கிறேன். தாய், தங்கள் அருளால் நான் எல்லோரையும் மன்னிக்கிறேன், என்னையும் மன்னிக்கிறேன். தாய், தங்கள் அருளால் நான் எல்லோரையும் மன்னிக்கிறேன், என்னையும் மன்னிக்கிறேன். தயவு செய்து எனது அறியாமையினால் என் ஆத்மாவிற்கு எதிராக ஏதேனும் தவறுகள் செய்திருந்தால் தயவு செய்து என்னை மன்னித்து விடுங்கள் அம்மா. மந்திரம் ஸ்ரீ நிர்மதா சாக்ஷாத். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री निर्मदा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. கவனம் மெதுவாக நமது சகசார சக்கரத்திற்கு கொண்டு வருவோம். தாய், தங்கள் அருளால் நாங்கள் ஆத்ம விழிப்புணர்வு பெற்று சகஜ யோகிகளாக இருக்கின்றோம். எங்களுக்கு சகஜ யோகத்தை தந்தமைக்கு எங்களின் நன்றிகளை தங்களுக்கு சமர்ப்பிக்கிறோம். தாய், நாங்கள் எண்ணங்களற்ற ஆழ்நிலை தியான நிலையில் இருப்பதற்கும் நாங்கள் தங்களின் தரிசனத்தை காண்பதற்கும் தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள் அம்மா. மந்திரம் ஸ்ரீ நிரானந்தா சாக்ஷாத். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री निरानन्दा साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. சில நிமிடம் தியானத்தில் இருப்போம். எண்ணங்களற்ற இதே நிலையில் நாம் நேற்றைய தொடர்ச்சி அன்னையின் சொற்பொழிவு என்று கேட்போம்.
Makes you efficient. But the mother forgives. She loves you. She sustains you and she teaches you how to love. She has tremendous patience and tremendous love, and she does it single-handed. She doesn't expect anything from you. Absolutely selfless. Selfless is a very small word, I should say. It's such an expansive compassion which engulfs everything that is wrong, dissolves it, digests it, absorbs it. So it's a very great day on Navratri days for all the surgeries. Because then she took her form as Sita, as the power of Sri Rama. Silent, potential, suffering. How much she suffered? How much she suffered? Then she took the form of Radha. Then she came as 5 powers of Saraswati, as the 5 wives of Sri Krishna. Then she came as Mary. That was the greatest suffering, I think, to see the son being crucified. The suffering, silent, patient suffering, she had to go through it. All that drama to be seen was too much. She went through all that because you all had to cross your Agya Chakra. She had to sacrifice her child. It's easy for a father to do that, very difficult for a mother. Now you are all mothers. So many of you, you will know what it is to have a child and how one feels about it. After doing that, she comes to the state where you have to give your realization. It's a work of tremendous patience, as you know. It's tremendous patience and understanding. Human beings, as the time advanced, have evolved out for realization, but also evolved into very funny, stupid, crooked, nonsensical ways. It's impossible to understand how they go about with their stupid ideas and how troublesome they can be. They can be very crooked, funny, troublesome, to such an extent that sometimes even it is difficult to forgive. Despite that, so many of you are here today in Europe, in the land of the Guru. Here I find who have got realization. So the mother's pride, mother's joy knows no bounds, no doubt about it. It's such a great thing to see her children sitting here to receive all the powers from her. Now again, when we are in this situation, we have to know the first principle with which the whole thing started. That it is the power of love. It is the power of love that has brought you to this state. And it's the power of love that you will express and manifest, you will evolve. Now, after coming to Sahaj Yoga, also the temptations become subtler and subtler. We try to do Sahaj Yoga. We try to spread Sahaj Yoga sometimes for the powers. Maybe you are lonely, so you want to have more Sahaj Yogis. Maybe you do it because you think that that's how you spread your powers. Even there are problems on leadership, I find ego problems. There are, somebody is appointed a leader, then another feels bad, this, that, all goes on. I see the drama going on. Like small children, they fight. What is this leadership? It's just artificial. It's not even noted in any newspaper. As they have mock governments, we have a mock leadership. So then people fight for that. This becomes subtle. The power struggle goes on, becoming subtler and subtler. Then again money problems come up. Some people think that Sahaj Yoga is a very good way of making money. Or some people think that we can get a lot of money because Mother blesses people with money, affluence, so let us be in Sahaj Yoga. But don't spend a single pie, you see. Just manage it. No, it's not like that. It's the other way around. It's again another dilemma is that in India, which is a place of poverty compared to all of you, everyone donates money. All the trustees in every center, wherever there are trustees, have to donate at least 5,000 rupees to become the trustees. Of course, I don't get anything out of it, but I must have donated, I don't know how much myself to become the trustee of Sahaj Yoga. But you have to donate. And when you become miserly again, that means again, it's the same game going on. You have bank balances, but the source is finished and you have nothing left. The bank balance should be with God. Then He gives you interest more than the capital. Is there any bank which does that? At least not the Swiss bank. You have to pay for keeping money with that. That's how it is. You should always try to go to the source. This becomes subtler and subtler in the sense that people think that now their children are realized souls. Alright, so what? They are not gods, are they? They get so involved with their children. I mean, this is another stupidity women fall into. But to them, their child is so important. They get so adherent to the child. I mean, first they used to neglect the children. Now they become so attached to their children that they look like glued people all the time. And such children cannot grow properly unless and until you give them freedom. Give them full freedom to grow. But guidance, of course, that they are majestic people, meaning Sahaj Yogis, they are born realized. As a Sahaj Yogi, as a good Sahaj Yogi, how they should be. Have a rapport, talk to them. Tell them about it, how they should develop that self-respect within them, that they should be like this, not to glue them to you. That's not the way. Children will never grow properly, even physically, if you glue them to yourself. In the West now I see new ideas coming up that the children must be glued to the mother. This is from one extreme to another extreme. They'll become very left-sided. Even if they'll be grown up in age, they won't grow up in their brains. They won't grow up in their behavior if they are glued with the mother. If they cry for a little bit doesn't matter, but the children must be made to sleep away from mother. All the time, you should not carry your children in your lap. There is no need at all. But this is not that the child wants, it's the mother who wants this kind of thing. And some fathers also have seen, glue down their children. And then they say, mother, my child is spoiled, he's like this, like that. Such children will get possessed very fast if you make the children dependent on it. Very fast they will become possessed. If you make them over independent, you are on your own. Like the other side was that when we were in Oxford, a girl of 7 years used to come and give us newspapers, and she was a daughter of a lord. At about 5 o'clock in the morning in that cold, she used to climb up all the way on a bicycle delivering those newspapers. And when I told her, mother, what are you doing? It's very dangerous. This child is in danger. She's a girl. How can you do that to her? She said, no, she has to be on her own. So the one side is to be on her own, and another side is to glue them. Is again the same subtle attitude of possessiveness. It's possessiveness. This is my child. I must look after the child. The child is a realized soul. This, that. Only your child is not realized soul. Everybody's child is a realized soul in search of. How much do you do for others' children? Or only you look after your own child? The custom should be, if you buy one thing for your child, buy 2 more things for another child. Buy better things for another child and less things for your child. Let your child share his things with others. At the time when you are buying something, buy something that he can share. Teach him how to share. Because though they are realized souls, with the mothers and the fathers like this, they'll become again the same miserly, old style people. Quarrelsome, fighting, beating each other, troubling each other. So be careful. Being realized soul, you'll be surprised, they will be extremely, extremely convenient for you. Give them to other Sahajogis to handle. Depend on them, let them look after. And the homogeneous feeling comes through children. Children are the ones who bind each other. But don't touch my child. This is my child. You close the door as soon as somebody comes in. That's you are going back in the same way as your mothers have been. There is no war on in Sahaja. We are in the domain of God. This realization has to come. There is no need to seek all these useless things, these pleasures of life. Understand your responsibility. That you are Sahajogis first and last and in the middle. And as Sahajogis, what is your duty? Is to be completely dedicated for the betterment and the benevolence of others. That's the only thing which is going to nourish you to rise. If you look after your children like this, like mad, it's not going to help you. You will have problems. If you neglect your children, you will have problems. So come in the center and be just witnesses of all that. It's a very common feeling in the beginning of every Sahajya who comes to Sahajya. They'll send me the list of 5 generations on this side and 5 generations on this side. My father's brothers, sisters, this thing is, that thing is, real cousins, real, this thing is sick. So please, mother, put your attention. And when I put my attention, the attention returns back, I can't find that. It starts like that to begin with. All right, in the beginning I say, all right, just now they have entered. But you don't know these are tentacles which keep you down. They do not allow you to rise in the domain of God. In the domain of God, everything that is yours, even your hair, are looked after by God Almighty. Everything. Can you understand that? Can you realize that? Is all done by billions and billions and billions of powers of Adishakti. What can you do yourself? Nothing, except for worrying and troubling. So just if you believe and assume that power today, that you are in the domain of God, which is active benevolence. The nature of it is active benevolence. As we say, hita. If you are sick, it is for your benevolence. If you are all right, it is for your benevolence. If you have money, it is for your benevolence. If you don't have money, it is for your benevolence. Everything does good for you in the domain of God. Do not judge it according to your own standards. Whom do you think to be a person who is benevolent in this world? Apart from me. Really, in the real sense of the word. Supposing you take a man who is very rich. Is he benevolent? No. Is he happy? No. Is he respected? No. At least he has to be a realized soul to be somewhere near that description. And if you have to ascend in the domain of God, you have to know that everything works through His power. Your activity, your inactivity, your sleep, everything is worked through His powers of love. Love can never harm, can never destroy. You go a little ahead of it, and it showers flowers of love. But understand your nature. Supposing you are a left-sided person. Mostly I've seen left-sided persons always want to do my pujas. And the right-sided person are organizers. Do the other way around. Must know your nature. Give yourself a balance and then enter into the kingdom of God. Like you are entering into a door, say for example, and you have too much load on your back, meaning you are a left-sided person. Then take down the load from your back on your head and enter. But if you have too much on your head, put it on your back and enter. Because you are tired, you do it every day. Supposing this hand is tired, you put it on the left hand. I see in the aeroplane when people are walking, they are holding it with one hand, and automatically when it is tired, they put it to the left. Automatically, they are not surgeries. In the same way, in life also, If you have done one-sidedness too much, try to do the other side and give yourself a balance. Navratri is the day to give you the balance. Those whose right hand is tired will get the power in the left hand. Those who have the left hand tired will get the power on the right hand to share the load. So those who are having money problems will solve their money problems. And those who have sleeping problems will solve their sleeping problems. But one can say, if somebody has both, then what do they do? I know of somebody, I live there in that country, where they have both the powers. They sleep as well as they have no money and they are not bothered. So, for such people, what should we do? Of course, I won't tell you, but one has to do something about it. One has to work out something. They just don't move. And if you tell them, answer is, I know I sleep a lot, I know I'm like this, I know, that's all. Then what do you say? It stops you completely, you can't go further. If they know what more to be told. This is a complete mountain there standing just to finish you completely. So one has to do. Everyone has to do something. Somebody is working it out. Somebody is doing some work. And another is not helping. Then that cannot be completed. It's a collective work. One person cannot do it. I've seen it happens like this. It's a collective work. So we come to the position that Navratri today is not the work of mother only, which she did so far. It's the work of every one of you. I cannot do it single-handed. If I could, there was no need for you to be here. I would have built the aeroplane, put you there, push them somehow or other, lock it up and put you there. It's not possible. You all have to carry your own aeroplanes. Build it up and carry it yourself with dignity. Not like small children, so you have to mature. And for that maturity, it's a collective thing that has to take place. In the beginning in the school, all right, they'll teach you 2 + 2 is equal to 4. But when you go to the college, you have to do it yourself. Solve the problem yourself. And that's what it is today. Sahaj Yoga is good to get your realization in these modern times, but the maturity has to take place, otherwise it's useless. Up to the seed was all right, but once it is sprouted, it must become the tree, otherwise it's useless. And that all of you have to do together, helping each other, understanding each other. And everyone has to work it out. Even if one person suffers, I suffer. The whole thing has become collected. The Devi has become collected. It's a venture. It's a venture, I know. Too much of it. There was no other way out. It's like crucifixion of every part of your body, every cell of your body. But it's all right. So today, instead of feeling guilty, you should be filled with tremendous courage and tremendous enthusiasm. That we have to do it, because Mother has given us the power. We can do it. Nothing should keep us down. And we are going to help each other. One person is doing one job, nobody will look at it. You see, they won't just move. I know. I'm sitting down. I know. I don't do anything. I know. And in Sahaj Yoga, it has become even subtler. I want to do, but there's a booth in me which doesn't allow me to do. So you get out with your booth. That's what it is. All these arguments are stupid, of no value in Sahaj Yoga. That means you have not understood the meaning of Sahaj Yoga. You have not understood the meaning of yourself, and you have no respect for your life. That's what it is. If you indulge into such thinking, then it is no good. But today you have to promise to yourself and to me within your heart that you are going to be filled with that enthusiasm and that Shakti. Time has come. Which is going to make you real yogis. Complete dedication. Imagine these PLO people, what they are doing fearlessly. I mean, all kinds of people you see around, even in Kali Yuga, are so dedicated to something nonsensical. Why can't we be dedicated to something so sensible? They are not afraid of anything. They are daredevils. Why can't we become like that? What's wrong with us? So every one of us must have that enthusiasm, and I am an institution by myself. And I am going to do it. I am not going to take advantage of the ashram life, nicely settle down in the ashram, see, very good, cheap. No. We are all going to move out also and take up a place somewhere there. For the time being, ashram is all right. But then give more room to others are coming. You get out of it. Go out and stay somewhere and work it out. Then in the ashram, this is my house, I have spent money for this is my furniture, this is this thing, that. Actually, you should know how to live on a string, shoestring, as I say, on a shoestring. Of course, now I am filling every ashram with such a lot of furniture that they have to. Better live on a shoestring. So the tapasya starts. Go into a penance yourself. But then I will hear, Mother, I am on a tapasya, I am eating only once. Why? Who asked you to be on tapasya? Enjoy. Enjoy your tapasya. Then it is Sahaj. Otherwise nonsense. Enjoy. If you can enjoy your tapasya, then you are Sahaj. With enthusiasm. Look at these PLOs. Look at these people. Do they say we are going in a tapasya? Nothing. You have examples of people around you. But we can't say they are possessed by bhoots. Or even if they are, what about you? You better get possessed by such bhoots for a change. If that's the way only you can be motivated. So tell your mind, no explanations, nothing doing, I am going to show my worth. But all the time, if the attention is just to show off, or to be in my attention, or to be in contact with me, to be writing to me or something. It's not going to help at all. I'm just a mirror. And you see within myself yourself in the true way. And also this mirror is full of Maya. So devil may look into this mirror and may look like a saint to him. If he has ego, he might look like a saint to himself. Or if he is a left-sided person, he might think he is the incarnation of Bhairava. Might. But if he is truthful, he can see clearly that he is the highest of highest. He is a Sahajya. And unless until you see yourself like that, know that it's a Maya. So to realize that you have achieved a lot by getting your realization of rising so much higher above all these petty ideas. Every idea is petty, whether it is economics, politics, philosophy, any ism, anything is all petty for a surgeon. Because none of them know even this much about God's domain. What are they talking about is economics. They do not know anything about his politics. They do not know anything that there is a miraculous power which rules the whole universe, which is so efficient, which never fails, so timely, so sensible, so interesting, dramatic. See how we resolved all these things in no time. How we got to this place. I was to have this puja here. All this you know. How I came here. See the miracle working. How the powers of the divine working. You be the proper instrument of the divine. And it has another force, as I told you, centripetal and centrifugal, and you might be thrown out. So be careful on that point. Face yourself in truthfulness. Do not get pampered by your ego or morosed by your superego. Just see for yourself as a powerful instrument of love. But in love you do not become indiscreet. Steadily, beautifully, gently, you attend to it. And so much power when we born. You will be amazed that water, which looks something so frivolous to us, has so much power in it. You know about hydrostatics. This Mother Earth, which looks so simple, we walk on her our feet, she attracts us on ourselves. She's spinning with such a speed herself, she keeps us sticking on to her. She's doing thousands of tremendous jobs, this great Mother Earth. She looks so simple. She's so powerful. In the same way you are made out of this Ganesha Tattva, which is so tremendous. This Navratri will give you that power. Those 9 powers of 9 chakras. 7 chakras, you already know. Above that, you become a master yourself. And then you become the power yourself. May God bless you.
தாயே, எங்களுக்குள் ஸ்ரீ கணேச தத்துவமானது முழுமையாக வியாபித்திருக்க தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள் அம்மா. தாயே, தங்களிடத்தில் முழுமையாக நாங்கள் சரணடைகின்றோம். எங்களின் கவனம் எப்பொழுதும் தங்கள் மீதே நிலைத்திருந்து எங்களின் செயல்களில் நாங்கள் முழுமையாக கணேச தத்துவத்துடன் செய்வதற்கு தயவு செய்து அருள் புரியுங்கள் அம்மா. தாயே, இன்றைய நாளில் எங்களுக்கு இந்த தியானத்தை தந்தமைக்கு எங்களின் கோடானு கொடி நன்றிகளை தங்களுடைய பொற்கமல திருப்பாதங்களில் சமர்ப்பிக்கிறோம் அம்மா. ஸ்ரீ ஆதிசக்தி மந்திரம். ஓம் त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः. நாம் அனைவரும் அன்னைக்கு நன்றி கூறி வணங்கி குண்டலினை எழுப்பி கூட்டாக பந்தனிட்டுக் கொள்ளலாம்.
மேம் இந்த ஸ்பீச்சை ஏதாவது ஒரு இல்லை இந்த லிங்க்ல ஷேர் பண்றீங்களா மேம்? ஹலோ.